Sometimes our emotions can get very, very overwhelming. Take a pause and remember that you matter. Paano tayo hindi malalamon ng emotions natin? How can we all handle our emotions better?
Well, the easiest is, of course, to channel out whatever emotions come your way. It's actually very easy for us to channel out the positive emotions like happiness, excitement. Madali sa atin eh. But again, for the other negative ones, sadness, fear, anger, we keep it inside or we ignore it. So the best way para hindi ka lamunin or ma-overwhelm ng emotions mo is to let it out. But siguro before that, Bianca, before you really let out the emotions, you have to first acknowledge it. Maybe it's time that we stop denying that there are times that we are sad, we are angry, and that we are afraid. So you acknowledge that first. Ask yourself, what happened? Why did this emotion come to visit me? Tapos saka mo pa lang siguro talaga maa-apply yung channeling it out. But bottom line is, whatever emotion comes your way, it really has to come out. Hindi siya pwede magstay with you because, again, papasok tayo dun sa original question mo na bakit ako nilalamon ng feelings ko.
I wanted to go back lang to something you said earlier about, yun nga, parang usually sinasantabi muna natin yung negative emotions. And a lot of times, I think it's a default kasi ang dami pa natin kailangan gawin within the day, ang dami pa natin kailangan sa to-do list, ang daming kailangan ayusin sa bahay, sa trabaho, responsibilities, kumbaga. Do some of your clients, patients go to you with this na parang how do they deal with it? Parang there's so many other more important things to do at that moment.
Yeah, that's actually quite common, no? Na parang in the grand scheme of things, the emotions get pushed to the end of our list kasi we have this misconception, and it is a misconception, Bianca, to think that emotional expression should be at the bottom nga of your priorities. So sabi nila sa akin, I did not know that I had to do that pala because I'm planning a wedding, my kid is going to school, my parents are sick, etc., etc. So sabi nga nila, life happens. So how do I deal with all of this? You can, of course, list down your priorities, but again, part of your priority should be emotional expression. For example, ngayong umaga ka naging malungkot pero ang dami mo pang kailangan tapusin sa work. Diba? So you feel like this is not the right moment for me to cry. That's okay. You can postpone it. Pero, it has to happen. Pwedeng later siya mangyari, siguro when you are in a safer space, maybe in the privacy of your home or bedroom. But the bottom line, Bianca, it has to happen talaga. Hindi pwedeng, okay, bukas na lang siya, next week na lang siya, hanggang sa naging next year na. And again, babalik tayo dun sa napatungan na siya ng iba pang emotions, iba pang pangyayari. You can, of course, still go ahead with your daily activities. I'm not stopping you from doing that, of course. But for us to prevent kasi yung maging overwhelming siya, you really have to find the time to express your emotions. This should be a part of everybody's self-care, actually.
Yeah, I guess to wrap it all up, it's really itong feeling na nalalamon, nalulunod, feeling overwhelmed. It doesn't just happen. It's a result of many days na may sinasantabi tayo ng mga emotions, and super important reminder, Kay, that we have to deal with it every day. It's a process talaga, and we have to be intentional about it.
Yes, actually. If you really want to prevent your mental health from breaking down, yun nga, para ma-maintain mo yung physical and mental well-being mo, it has to be part of your intention talaga. I know, again, Bianca, I do recognize that a lot of people have a lot of things going on in their lives. Pero again, all of these activities dapat should come second, third, and fourth to your self-care. Dapat una ka lagi. You should always be the priority in things. And again, part of your self-care is sitting down with yourself at the end of the day, asking yourself, okay, what were my emotions today? Was I able to channel it out? Na-express ko ba siya? Kung hindi, then this is the time for that. We really make time to be mindful of ourselves.
That's why it's so important. And when you were mentioning that, I just realized, oo nga naman, if we compare it to physical health, which is the more obvious visual one, I'm throwing an example out of thin air. Pia Wurtzbach does not look that fit without intentional food and exercise choices every day. Hindi siya nagising tapos ganyan na siya ka-fit. kumbaga. And I guess the same applies for our mental health.
Yeah, like I said, hindi kasi magic wand itong pagiging healthy. It's not as if you just wake up and say na okay, healthy ako today. You really do have to work on it. And that goes for both physical and mental well-being. You have to be intentional, you have to have a plan. And most importantly siguro, Bianca, I'd like to encourage everyone na kung hindi kaya intentionally by ourselves, it's okay to ask for help. Definitely very okay to ask for help. If you think na you don't have the capacity to do these things by yourself, it's okay to approach somebody to ask for help.
Yeah, absolutely. No shame in asking for help and seeking professional help. Thanks so much, Kaye. This was
Welcome.
super helpful.
Thank you din.
You can listen to the longer conversation of Bianca and Kaye kung paano ba hindi malamon ng feelings ko on Paano Ba To the podcast exclusively on Spotify. And do follow us on Instagram at Paano Ba To and join our private community on Facebook.